Hi, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts within the Delta Airlines company. And this is a presentation by Kyla Campbell, Paola Lista, Mariana Stoik-Wolf, and Ashley Palomino.
Throughout our presentation, we're going to go over Delta's company overview, their DEI leadership, their DEI policies, their programs that they offer, trends and articles, and then a SWOT analysis.
Delta Airlines, headquartered in Atlanta, Georgia, has been a leader in the aviation industry since its founding in 1925. As one of the largest global airlines, Delta offers both passenger and cargo flights and serves over 300 destinations in more than 60 countries worldwide. Its annual revenue ranks among the highest in the airline industry, which is a testament to its leadership in air travel. Delta employs over 90,000 individuals worldwide, which makes it a significant employer in the U.S., and this demonstrates a strong commitment to its workforce, which includes a strong union presence. Delta is also renowned for its exceptional customer service, frequently ranking among the top U.S. airlines for on-time arrivals, in-flight amenities, and just overall passenger satisfaction. Its dedication to operational excellence and customer care sets a high standard in the aviation industry. Delta's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion is driven by a very strong team of leaders. At the forefront is Kyra Lynn Johnson, Chief Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion and Social Impact Officer. With over 25 years at Delta, Kyra has spearheaded initiatives that impact employees, customers, and communities, earning her recognition as one of the top 50 women in travel and a top 100 diversity officer in the U.S. Supporting Delta's DEI efforts is also Peter Carter, Executive Vice President of External Affairs. Along with leading the DEI team, Peter oversees international relations, regulatory matters, and sustainability efforts, all to ensure that Delta's values are reflected in its partnerships and advocacy. Other key DEI leaders include Allison Osmond, who leads anti-human trafficking efforts while serving as Senior VP of In-Flight Service. There's also Jenny Ho, President of Delta Vacations, who champions mentorship programs, and Edith Adedeji, who is the Director of Sales for the Los Angeles region, and she promotes inclusive practices within Delta's global sales team. Together, all of these leaders and more reflect Delta's steadfast commitment to fostering inclusion, driving equity, and creating a culture of belonging across the entire organization.
Now let's take a closer look at Delta's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion and the significant strides the company is making to ensure that its policies reflect these values. Delta's approach to DEI is rooted in the powerful statement, lifting as we climb. This phrase reflects their mission to actively seek diversity, boldly pursue equity, and consciously promote inclusion. Delta is dedicated to fostering a workplace and customer experience that cultivates a true sense of belonging for all people. At the heart of Delta's DEI initiatives is the belief that authenticity and inclusion should be the central to every interaction, both within the company and with the external world. They strive to create an environment where discrimination of any kind is not tolerated and where unconscious bias is not only addressed but actively eradicated. This vision extends beyond internal policies to include every customer and every touchpoint in the customer's journey. The company is committed to embracing diversity in all forms and ensuring that people from all backgrounds feel represented and valued. One of the key steps Delta has taken to bring these ideals to life is the establishment of a Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Council. This council helps guide the company's DEI strategies and ensures that these values are prioritized for the long term. As part of this initiative, Delta is working to make its brand more inclusive, both internally for its employees and externally for its customers. This is done through thoughtful and inclusive content that resonates with individuals from diverse backgrounds, including travelers, travel advisors, and other partners. One of these policies that showcases Delta's commitment to diversity is their Faces of Travel campaign. Through this effort, the company highlights diverse groups of travelers via anthem films and free visual library of images and videos. These resources feature people from various backgrounds exploring the destination across the world, showcasing a broader and more authentic range of travel experiences. It's a powerful example of how Delta is working to create inclusive and representation content that mirrors the diversity of the world. Delta is also taking a forward thinking approach to talent acquisition with its skills first hiring strategy. This strategy broadens the scope of hiring criteria to include not just educational qualifications, but also candidates' skills, experience, and unique background. By doing so, Delta is creating a more equitable workforce and opening doors for individuals who may not have had access to traditional educational pathways. This approach gives more people the opportunity to bring their diverse talents to the company, fostering a richer, more dynamic work environment. Within the company, Delta has nearly 35,000 members participating in 12 business resource groups, or BRGs. These groups provide employees with a sense of community and belonging while offering opportunities for networking, professional development, and career advancement. BRGs also play a vital advisory role by consulting on diversity-related strategies and helping shape policies and programs that align with the company's DEI values. Delta's commitment to community engagement also plays a critical role in its overall DEI efforts. The company is deeply invested in giving back to the communities it serves. This includes environmental initiatives like planting trees to help create a healthier neighborhoods, as well as offering aviation education programs to historically underrepresented groups. Additionally, Delta mobilizes quickly during times of crisis, supporting communities affected by disasters, and these community engagements efforts are woven in the very fabric of Delta's culture and have been for nearly a century. Finally, Delta understands the importance of supplier diversity in fostering economic growth and strengthening communities. The company actively sources products and services from small minority owned and women owned businesses, contributing not only to the economy but also the prosperity and well being of the communities they serve. By prioritizing supplier diversity, Delta helps create more opportunities for businesses that may not otherwise have access to large corporate networks. In summary, Delta's DEI efforts are far reaching and deeply embedded into the company's culture. From fostering inclusivity within the workplace to creating diverse and authentic content for travelers, Delta is setting a powerful example of what it means to lift others when you climb. Their ongoing commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion ensures that they will continue to make positive impacts on their employees, customers, and communities for years to come.
Delta had a few of the DEI program examples, and one of them was the Delta Employees Resource Groups. They have different resource groups that help focus on inclusivity for different diverse communities, which these groups help serve as a platform for employees to connect with different people in the same community as them and be able to share experiences with other people as well in different communities, therefore being able to contribute to the overall communities and companies' DEI efforts. An example of these groups are the Black Employee Network, or also known as BEN, which focuses on supporting the African American employees with a space with networking, mentorship, and community outreach. Another one is Pride at Delta, which focuses on advocating for LGBT employees and ensuring that Delta provides a welcoming and inclusive environment for all sexual orientations and gender identities overall. A different program that they have as well is the diversity and inclusion training programs, which is basically a bunch of different training programs they offer, giving you the ability to learn how to make a workplace more inclusive. An example of this one is the unconscious bias training, which basically helps employees recognize and address unconscious biases that may affect their decision making and overall company decisions with interactions and teamwork. The goal is to ensure fair treatment and to encourage different communities to have more inclusivity in their cultures. Another example is the inclusive leadership development. Delta also provides programs assigned to develop leadership skills, focusing on inclusive practices, which help basically have leaders understand the importance of how including people can affect their company overall and how diverse teams that work well together will overall strengthen the company. Delta overall integrates these DEI focused trainings into a broader corporate like culture to ensure that inclusivity is woven into their everyday operation and practices, therefore making it a very inclusive company overall.
Now looking on to trends and articles about Delta Airlines is the first one is from the New York Post, where it talks about how Delta's Chief Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Social Impact Officer, Kyra Lynn Johnson, has publicly stated that the company is committed to boldly pursuing equity at every level. This commitment is evident in everything from Delta's hiring practices to the language used in gate announcements. In a February 2021 panel with other DI experts, Johnson shared that the company is working to be more inclusive, specifically by reevaluating their traditional gatehouse announcements. She mentioned that Delta is moving away from using ladies and gentlemen in favor of a more inclusive language. As part of this effort, Delta released an inclusive language guide back in December of 2020, which advises employees and leaders to avoid terms that reinforce the idea of a strict gender binary. The guide encourages the use of gender neutral language and pronouns, emphasizing the importance of not suggesting that there are only two genders. During the same panel, Johnson outlined how Delta aims to set a new standard for diversity and inclusion in the corporate world. In an interview with Delta's spokesperson, Fox News asked about Johnson's leadership, and the spokesperson emphasized that the Delta's DI efforts demonstrate an authentic commitment to creating a workplace where everyone can thrive and where the company reflects the diverse humanity of the customers and community it serves globally. This dedication to equity is also highlighted in recent reports, such as the second article of Business Insider. According to Business Insider, equity has become a key lever in Delta's DEI strategy. The article points out that Delta's mission is not just to connect people to places, but to connect people with one another. To achieve this, the company recognizes the need for a deep understanding of diversity. Delta has been investing in its employees and leaders by creating a tapestry of learning experience that meet people where they are in their personal journey. This learning tapestry includes both in person opportunities and online sessions designed for all Delta employees, regardless of their level of knowledge or expertise. The company also offers hands on field trips and virtual webinars that focus on inclusivity and cultural understanding. Both of these initiatives highlight how Delta is continuously pushing new DEI trends into the corporate world, setting an example for others to follow.
Hello, my name is Mariana Stuick, and I will be presenting the SWOT analysis on Delta Airlines. So, regarding the strengths, Delta has a dedicated DEI strategy led by Kara Lynn Johnson, their Chief DEI and Social Impact Officer, which fosters a culture of accountability and inclusivity. The airline emphasizes racial equity, evident in initiatives like Close the Gap, which aims to bridge the diversity gap between the frontline and leadership roles. They also invest in partnerships like historically black colleges and universities, providing them immersive career pathways and mentorship. Delta's business resource groups and collaborations with DEI consultants further support internal DEI learning and growth for employees, contributing to a diverse workforce and an inclusive work environment. Now, regarding the weakness, despite progress, Delta's leadership diversity still reflects some gaps, particularly in underrepresented racial and ethnic groups. Like many longstanding corporations, Delta may also face challenges modernizing legacy policies and practices to better align with evolving DEI standards. Another internal challenge is ensuring that DEI goals consistently resonate and across a large and geographically dispersed workforce, requiring sustained and tailored training initiatives. Now, the opportunities. Delta's commitment to DEI presents opportunities to continue building diverse talent pipelines through expanded partnerships, particularly with Hispanic and LGBTQ organizations. By emphasizing skills based hiring, Delta could further reduce barriers to entry, allowing a broader range of candidates. Externally, Delta can enhance its brand by integrating DEI principles into customer experiences, as seen in their accessibility and travel representation efforts, which help position Delta as an inclusive choice for a global customer base. Regarding the threats, a potential threat to Delta's DI goals could arise from inconsistent application across its vast network, leading to varying experiences for employees and customers. Additionally, with the airline industry facing external economic pressures, DEI investments may risk deprioritization during downturns. Lastly, as public expectation around DEI evolve, Delta must continually adapt its DI strategy to avoid reputational risks as if it is perceived it's failing to meet new benchmarks.
Here are our references that we used throughout our presentation. Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoyed learning more about Delta's diversity, equity, and inclusion.